Ну что, всем добрый вечер. Поехали, добьем сюжетку наконец. Узнай в лагере, нужна ли кому помощь, поговори с мастером Фейфаром. Короче, со всеми поговорить. Кто ты? Крестьянин. Как идут дела? Спокойно мне. Ничего толкового. Так, точка Б. Это вот ты. Фейфар. Иди сюда. Че по людям ходишь? Да, разговаривать будешь вообще? А почему я не могу? Подожди. Со стражником могу. Фейфаром нет. Конец. Забагалась. Так. Я слышал, что вам придется строить требушет.
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Tamburg. I'll never manage it.
I'd like to help you, but how?
Actually, Conrad Keyser came to Sasha.
Со СОВУ приехал Конрад
If you could get
Кейзер.
him to come here, it would save
Говорите
my
его приехать
skin.
сюда. Хорошо, я помогу.
All right.
Thank you, Henry. Take care.
Не будем уточнять, что, зачем. Просто сделаем. Так. Так, в лагере больше квестов нет, остальные только за пределами. Так, это кто такой? Сотник Бернард.
Yeah.
Вскочила шатка. Так, вон лагерь углежок. Хоп! Так, точка С, это кто? Каптенармус.
God be with you.
У нас хватит еды? Не дай бог не придется идти охотиться,
How are
блядь.
we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lordships?
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well,
Скотина.
to tell
Yeah,
Let's
I've heard
охотиться.
something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up.
Fine.
Я принес мясо.
I brought you some.
Stack it up.
Берите мое мясо. А нужно 200 единиц мяса. 200! Не разом нужно 200 мяса,
What's
блядь?
going on? You said you were.
Так я принес тебе мясо, 7 штук.
Take care now.
Я ненавижу охотиться. Так, точка Е. Погоди. А, вот он. Спит скотина. Так. Ну что, погнали охотиться? Ну вот тут. Тут олень, кабаны, косули рядом. Можем пойти косуль половить. Где-нибудь вот тут.
Yeah.
Дополнительный квест активен, что ли? А, нет, это... Осада. Угу. Так, вроде я на месте. Пес. Приказываем ему охотиться.
Let's hunt some hare.
Пусть заяц. Заяц тоже пойдет. Берем лук. О, вот она, вот она.
At him.
Пусть. Хорош. Где она? А где? Блин, видимо, она соскочила вниз куда-то. Где-то в кустах. Косуля. Собака устала. Это очень плохо. Отлично. Стрелы взяли, мясо косуля. Мне же 200. Отливает. На труп косули. Хоть кто-нибудь. Кажетесь? Вот заяц. Ну, пес, почему ты устал? Так мне нужен. Где он? Вот он. Не боится меня, лол. Тут был кто-то. Нет. Ну хоть какая-нибудь дичь есть? Какой-то лагерь? Так, возвращаемся пока обратно. Пес. Да, где вообще хоть какая-нибудь дичь? Опа, опа, есть кто-то.
At him.
Лови! Бросай. 84 еще надо. Я ненавижу охоту вот в этой игре. Опа. Вот они. Трое. Блин, остановитесь. Ладно. Попробуем пока сами убить кого-нибудь. Блин, ну скакал через кусты. Пес где? Отловил? Косулю еще бы одну убить, и все, мне хватит. Я не могу прыгать. Так, пес. Где? Вон он. Пойдем к нему. Мне кажется, он поймал кого-то. Поймал? Что ты? Ничего не вижу. Кто ты встал?
That's a good boy.
Good boy. Где
Let's
охотишься?
hunt hare.
Возвращаемся на поляну, где косули были. Может, новые появились. Опа, кролики. Блин, вот когда они в кусты убегают, ты хер увидишь. Косуля. Пес, ну пожалуйста, убей кого-нибудь. Блин, они остановятся вообще? Скачут и скачут. Попал, все. Вернуть теперь надо. Метку убрать, поехали. Я принес мясо.
Brought you some.
Stack it up.
Так, все мясо зайца, косуля. Все.
That's the lot.
Great. If we're really going to have to storm the wall, God be with you.
А еще и за пиво нужно у него спрашивать. Серьезно?
Do we have any beer?
Christ, I wish we did. Our ale.
That's-
Don't I know it? You can't go and catch a beer in the woods either. And the lads too. Farewell.
Еще пиво им надо. Так, мясо, которое я словил, надо выкинуть. Теперь. Бернард, ты там проснулся вообще? Что тебе нужно?
I'm glad to.
Трудности с людьми?
How are the men holding?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home.
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true, I've caught a few of them asleep on.
Well, there might be a simpler.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating.
But then you'd have an injured soul.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale.
Угу. Как дела
How
вообще?
goes it?
How goes it? We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing stones.
I felt that way too.
That went horribly wrong. Good luck then.
Так. Искать пиво и найти травника. Так. А вот и травник, точка Б. Конь.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Ну, отлично. Так, точка Б. Вот он. Или она. Это она, скорее всего. Травница.
God save.
У вас есть снадобье, которое помогает людям не заснуть?
I need something to keep our soldiers up.
I do know of a concoction to ward off.
Ну, у нас несколько дюжин воинов.
But I need enough for at least.
I can't help you with that. You'll have to brew up a bit at a time as it's needed.
А ты можешь за меня это сделать?
No, I need someone.
I'm sorry, but I'm not a miracle worker.
I need something.
I do know.
Научи.
That'll be very helpful.
Петушок. Я был на шабаше женщин из Ужицы.
I was at the Uji.
And how did?
The women were making such a ruckus. The woodcutters took them for witches and burst in on them. They meant to kill them.
Jesus Christ.
I killed them all.
Killed them? God Almighty.
I didn't have much of a choice. There was no talk.
Holy Mother of God, you're my witness. I meant no harm. And as for you, may the Lord watch over you.
Расстроили бабулю. Так, теперь Ужица. Что надо отсюда? Пиво. Погнали. Приготовление к финальной битве. Ах, блядь. Бесит меня такие вот сюжетные повороты.
I hope I can.
Мне нужно пиво.
I need to bring a few.
I don't have anything that would last the journey there. And I certainly don't want. Farewell.
Я не понял. Ты пиво мне дашь?
Is there anything
Nothing out of the. Farewell.
Пиво. 15. А сколько мне нужно? Ну-ка, дай-ка я прикуплю. Нет, мне нужно в бочонках. А почему? Мне нужно поискать его в соседних корчмах. То есть не обязательно здесь, возможно, в другом месте. Мое пиво можно выкинуть. Вылить вообще его. На землю. Мы скачем тогда вот сюда. Матуш, доспех весь.
Jesus, what? See you later.
Ничего интересного.
I'm glad to see.
Ты не мог бы прислать мне немного пива?
Andrew, there's no more beer in.
I could.
Надо его уговорить. Ты же должен платить в налог пивом, да? Давай так.
Just as a matter of interest.
You're saying I should be paying the Talmberg told Sir Divish? When Sir Have...
Well, right now, there are 3 noblemen camped by Talmberg, one of whom might be very interested to learn about all the tax...
When you put it like that, I have got a few kings I could send over. I won't lose out too long. They're always...
Just remember, if you poison them, they'll hang you for it.
Those soldiers will drink it up long before it's time to go off. And what's more, what with all that cabbage being eaten, I'll have them loaded up right away and taken there. And give their lordships my regards. Tell them I'm sending my best beers.
Умный ход.
Goodbye.
А мне еще нужно пиво или что?
What do you think of...
What do I... That is long as...
Well, this new lord never forgets a man who fails to pay him a...
It's terrible news. Especially for us. We're
People usually shit themselves on...
all to the good. See you later.
Видимо, нужно еще найти какого-нибудь поставщика мяса. Так, тут углежоги. Че, пойдем, наверное, к углежогам? Точка F. Разбойники, да? Нет времени. Нет времени. Старший углежок.
God almighty, has something happened?
I'm looking for some
Дёготь
picks
есть?
to town.
Already? What?
I don't know, it doesn't matter.
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since he's...
Talmberg's been taken by a hoarded brigand.
Christ blood. I hadn't heard the news. If you want to haul it away yourself, feel free. Or I can get...
Thank you. God bless.
God be with you.
Так. Одной заботы меньше. Теперь. С паном Дивишем поговорить. Я же пиво отыскал. Тут тоже пиво можно. И тут пиво. Вот же алкаши, блин. Так, пойдем к Дивишу.
Yeah. Yeah.
И куда? На точку Д? Да, точку Д. Блин, мне еще надо будет к алхимику сходить. Наварить зелий. Сейчас мне по Андивиш даст какой-нибудь квест.
God be with you, lad. What?
Как вы себя чувствуете?
How do you feel, Sid?
I felt better, boy. I feel off.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll...
My flesh can be healed, perhaps.
What is it you need?
I need a priest as well as a physician.
Нужен священник
The
лекарь.
closest was in Rovna, but I don't know.
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal, especially...
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning. Good luck.
Как вы меня затрахали все, а? Опять в ужицу. Забагуты. Поехали к нему. У нас с ним хорошие отношения, можем согласиться. Стой!
How's it go?
И принес манускрипт обратно.
I brought you back that manuscript.
Ah, the opus of... Thanks, my son.
Так. Мне кое-что нужно.
There's something I...
Is there, my son?
There are a lot of dead and wounded.
I'd like to help, but sadly I simply can't. My own parishioners are watching me closely, and
But Sir Divish...
if he wants me, let him come and speak to me himself. But I'm not going anywhere. It's your fault I have...
I never forced you to do anything. And just because I didn't help...
How dare you? Do you think...
Alright, I understand. So why don't you turn it round on them? Why don't you say you'll go to Talmberg because it's the right...
Sebastian. That might help, I suppose. Tell me the truth.
It is a siege, but all the camps are well out of range, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, see how the Martyr of the Mangle works, and then I'll go. At least getting out of here for a while will give me a break from all those...
Все, успех.
God be with you.
Дальше. Так, тут пиво нам не продают. В леечко, наверное. Кстати, мне еще починиться нужно. Вот. Портной. Это была починки. Так. 15 уровень. У меня есть книга починки, кстати. Можно изучить. Благоухание. Если на вас только что постирана одежда, ваше обаяние на 1 день повышается на +1. На 1 день. Сивильский стежок. Каждый предмет одежды, которую вы носите и починили самостоятельно, добавляет к обаянию пол единицы, но не более 2 общего. Консервный нож. Удар мечом, который заточил самостоятельно, нанесет на 15% больше урона. Оружие, которое ты чинишь с помощью ремонтного набора, будет наносить удары сильнее, пока не получит серьезные повреждения. Хорош. Больше ДПС. Так, нет, вначале в трактир. И надо будет еще сходить помыться.
I'm at your...
Мне нужно пиво.
I need to bring a...
I'm sorry about that, but I don't have any to spare. I can hold out a while with what I have. Take care now.
Говорит, нету свободного. Мыться. Говори. Что за баги-то, ё-моё? Мой меня женщина. Как же эта игра багается. Почему нет реплики? Я могу... Я говорить не могу, могу только обокрасть. Что за бред? Конец-то.
I'm interested.
So what are you in?
Pro-
I'm to take care.
I'd like to make. I'd like.
Оба девушки.
God bless.
Заодно отдохнем, покушаем. И, наверное, сейчас поедем в Ротае варить зелье. Не знаю, сколько мне их нужно. По поводу зелий. $60 зелий надо. 60. Вы прикалываетесь? $60 зелий. Кстати, даже рецепта не знаю. Так, идем к алхимическому столу, чтобы узнать, что вообще нужно. Факел берем. А то обижаться будут. Так. Нас интересует петушок. Одна валерьяна, 2 мяты. Нужно 60 валерьяны, 120 мят. $60 валерьяны, 120 мят. Запомнили. Я думаю, у меня есть столько.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the...
Так, сумка. Валерьяна. 120 мят. 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 120 мят 60 и мята. У меня нет мяты? А, погоди, это в сумке. Не там смотрел. Погоди. Я всю траву, которая у меня есть, выкладываю. Мак оставлю для аромата. Шкуры мне не нужны. Валерьяна. 60. Мята 120. Крапива. Мята. Нету столько мяты. Может, зелье есть? Готовые. Пойду украду денег. Еще все, ну ладно. А мне точно нельзя их ни у кого купить? Полагаю, мне придется варить самостоятельно. Не столько мяты взять. Так, алхимик уже спит. Пойдем вскроем у него замок. Пригнулись. Нас интересует только мята. Деньги возьмем. Петушок один возьмем. Да где мята-то? А на лошади есть у меня петушок? 5 штук есть, отлично, берем. Варим. Вот так мне каждый раз делать? Как увлекательно. Неужто кому-то это вот этим интересно заниматься? Зачем конец игры делать таким нудным? Как-то изи вообще. Я думал, мне не хватит. Так, валерьяна скидываем на лошадь. И мята осталось, лол. Ну в принципе у меня же зелье валится 1 к 3. У меня же перк прокачан. Так. Тут пива нет. Тут нужно кого-то отыскать. И тут лекаря. Сколько я по миру уже путешествую, а ивентов нет. Не могу понять почему. Так, пойдем вначале к лекарю.
I heard you and Pavel of Colleen gave a donation to Sasau. It's a pity you didn't think of us.
Обиделся на меня. Мне нужна помощь.
I'll come to ask
again. Such trying to...
Their lordships have laid siege to Talmberg, and the brigand...
These are tragic times. Fortunately, I've...
Thank you, father.
Так, лекаря мы нашли. Теперь мне нужен... инженер. А я знаю, где его искать, лол.
Yeah.
Вот здесь вроде на втором этаже. Он спит. Ждем утра, ладно. Концовка игры, где нужно бегать в одну сторону, в другую сторону, сделать это, сделать то. И только потом битва, и то, не дай бог, битва будет там минут 5 и все. Это просто стыд и позор. Делать такую концовку игры. Ты что, спишь? Нарушает закон. Да в 8 часов уже, просыпайся. Где остановился чувак? В доме попечителя. В монастыре. Знал, у кого узнать. Так. Угу. Тихо-тихо-тихо. Занесло так как. Вот тут.
Oh, come on. What are you trying on here?
А чё закрыто это все? Не, ну вряд ли он тут, конечно. А почему?
What are you doing here? I hope I can be...
Здесь живет мастер Кайзер.
Is this where...
Indeed.
Мне нужно с ним поговорить.
I need to...
Oh, really?
Так. Можно сослаться на репутацию. Или можно на кострение. Я тоже ученый.
I'm a fellow thinker and I'd like... stronghold construction. I have this new idea for building and...
That sounds important. Here's the key.
Спасибо.
Look then.
Как он сказал, на втором этаже? Мистер Кайзер. Видимо, подо мной.
By the horn of Joshua, you startle me. I thought you were urban. What do you want?
Мне нужен трибушет.
Sir Tobias Fayfar, the master builder and engineer from Skalitz, sends his greetings.
Fayfar? Tobias Fayfar?
Sir, have you heard what's been going on?
I've heard a thing or two.
It has, and we want to take it back.
I doubt it myself. Building siege engines is an entirely different kettle of... Damn. I'd like to rain some boulders on those heathens of Sigismund's.
Почему ты не можешь уехать?
Why can't you leave?
That's a long story. I was a little... and it might surprise you to know, after that defeat, then when Sigismund abducted the king, I didn't feel... perhaps left is the wrong word. Some might say.
Вы были под стражей?
They locked you up?
Not quite. It's a royal car. Frankly, this so-called banishment has been a bit of a blessing. Although I have lost quite a few of my pay...
Что ты тут делаешь?
And why are you here?
To be honest...
Money, sir.
Деньги нужны.
You don't seem like...
Dear me, no. I don't need it to support myself. It's to fund my own...
Ага. Могу я расплатиться за вас?
Could I not just pay...
I doubt it. Carol is only interested in the construction, as long as...
as long as he has enough...
Yes. What...
Деньги украсть. Может, уговорить можно?
Couldn't Carol be persuaded somehow?
I realize that, but Sassar Monastery has always kept its new... But I might...
What do you...
Carol received his commission in writing. If you found it...
Найти письменное поручение на работу и
We
выкрасть.
could copy the abbot's seal and signature.
That's a...
My inventiveness has many applications.
Как мне это сделать?
How do I get my hand?
It will be somewhere in his quarters. You'll need to get it quickly and put... I suggest waiting until evening. That's when Carol usually goes to the... He's fond of his dice. Maybe you can take advantage
Может,
of it
выиграть?
somehow.
Кости? Отлично. Так. Вроде с ним можно сыграть в кости. В кости я хорошо играю. Карл. Но в кости он, естественно, будет играть в корчме. Мастер Карл. Мне нужна помощь Конрада. Конраду нужно ваше согласие.
I can't consent to that. He signed a contract for building the
Не могу заплатить.
Supposing I...
What use would coin be to me if the monastery roof collapses?
Нет. Можешь вы отпустить его на пару дней?
Conrad would only have...
We might, if he... I've given my answer. No. He stays here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May God reward...
God be with you.
Мы его не уговорим. Возвращаемся и придумаем, что с этим делать. Зачем мне было ждать ночи?
Yeah. Yeah.
Greeting.
Я достал поручение.
I've got that commit...
Not so loud. The very thing. Go to the Sasau scribe and...
Is that a password?
Just so. He insists on it. Don't... Then all you have to do is take the new document to Carol and tell him a messenger.
All right.
But most importantly, do it quickly. Carol's no fool. If he can't find it, he'll put 2 and 2 together when you bring him...
Угу. Писарь. Писарь не живет за рекой. Писарь. Мысли приход.
Salami, sausages, lard of all kinds, and scratches that make your mouth water, all of the finest cake.
I'm honored that a knight such as you...
У меня для вас письмо.
I have a message for...
Блин, а какой пароль-то был? Там точно был лис. А дальше что? По-моему, вот это.
The fox is a... What?
What in...
Conrad Keezers.
Why the heck...
That sod. He...
Well, never mind. What you...
I've got this document here and I...
So Conrad is still up to his old tricks. Let's see it then. All right. Very well.
1 час, да, надо ждать? Так. Вот это. Дай бумаги.
Good luck then.
Ждем час. Ну шо? Бумаги готовы?
Here you are. And
Так, теперь. Погоди, множо... Что? Показать поделку мастеру Карлу. Положить оригинал на место. Так. Как я понял, второй вариант, как заставить отпустить его, этого инженера, это отнять все деньги у хозяина. Например, выиграть у него все деньги в кости, как я понял. Мне же было сказано показать ему бумаги.
You really... Damn. Why can't you...
There... Hang on.
Да. И как они назывались? Что должен положить сюда? Тебя? Угу. Так, оригинал положили. Теперь нужно просто с ним поговорить, наверное, и отдать ему документы.
A messenger brought a dispatch for you.
To the hand of...
The hand of fate.
We'll see what fate brings. I have an authorization letter of my own. Come with me.
Блять. Он же говорил, идем к аббату. Что?
So Conrad may leave.
He can. The letter...
Wonderful.
Take care.
Все. Можно его увозить. Домой.
What? Who is?
Leave? I can't even set foot.
Please, calm down.
They're after...
Кто вас преследует?
Sigismund.
Why would they be out?
Because he's never forgiven my criticisms of Nicopolis. What am I to...
Почему ты думаешь, что кто-то
What
преследует?
makes you think?
When I was on my way to Sasau, I saw, back now I've been told, he was... And a stranger's been creeping around the gardens here. They're after me, Henry.
Как ты затрахал. Я позабочусь.
Take it easy.
I don't know.
He won't, I promise. I'll hide in the garden, and if anyone starts creeping around...
You will, won't you? Good. Good. And be sure to hide where.
Перехвати наемного убийцу в полночь. Какой ты проблемный тип, ты не представляешь. Мастер Кайзер в ужасе. Он думает, что Сигизмунд подослал к нему убийц. Он хочет, чтобы я прежде всего выяснил, что происходит. И чтобы я покорулил ночью у его дома. Так, где бы мне тут заныкаться, чтобы видеть дверь? Можно, конечно, в амбаре где-нибудь сесть. Так, оба! Давай вначале сохранимся. Сядем на корточки. Ждем полуночи. Так, я на месте. Сейчас видишь кого? Покорулить ночью дома. Никого не вижу. Может, пойдем в дом? Может, там уже... Ну, вот внутри уже, да, вроде нет. О, вот он. Стой!
What are you doing here? Quiet, for God's sake. You'll wake the whole...
Silence!
Assassination?
Are you Lord Pekar? The what?
Well...
Because you've come to assassin...
He's
Well, yes.
It's all a terrible mistake. I've a long-standing arrangement with the custodian here,
and I come to realise how he's been cheating me repeatedly. The dispute's been running for a while, so I wanted my money back, that's all.
Я верю и не верю. Блин, у меня доказательств-то нет. Как я могу в этом убедиться? Просто риск огромен. Если он мне врет, он может убить инженера. И мы не сможем построить требушет. И я тебе не верю. Не верю.
I don't believe a word.
Well, sorry, but I'm telling the truth. But if it will help you sleep better, I'll stop creeping around here at night and find some other... Farewell.
Проваливай. Варюга.
Well?
Да?
I did.
And?
You needn't fear. I kept watch the whole night. A few folk passed by, but nobody...
And what about Pekar?
None. He's just doing some trade.
Well...
Come to Talmberg.
Yes. Thank you, Henry.
Ну, наконец-то. Дальше. Сюда за пивом. И все, и обратно возвращаемся. Спросим самопеши, есть ли у них лишнее пиво. Зачем военным так много алкоголя? Чтобы они легче шли на войны? Стой, не закрывай.
What do you want? You've no business here. Huh? Are you deaf?
Хожу. До утра ждать надо.
Has something happened?
У меня сытость с энергией заканчивается. Надо бы поспать, поесть. Ну или в баньку сходить. Давай. Блин, я надеюсь, мы сегодня эту игру наконец-таки пройдем. Вот честно, она мне уже начинает бесить. Корчмарь. Пиво есть?
I've hardly any beer left, but I have.
Ой. See you later. Так, ну вроде бы все. В Тальмберг отправляемся. Меня же просили людей. А где? Ну, так я не понял, где мне людей брать. Энергию восстанавливать не буду, мало ли. Я думаю, перед тем, как будет битва, мы отоспимся хорошо и поедим. Проблем в этом быть не должна. Так. Вначале пойдем на каменоломню.
A well-chosen site. You want to strike the gate, do you?
True. We don't want to do more damage than necessary.
I quite understand. Sir Toth is holed up there, is he?
Just so, Master Conrad. I hear you have some accounts to settle with him.
Ah, not entirely. I've done with him. Sigismund trusted him more than me in his campaign against the Ottomans, and we all know how that ended up.
How did it end up?
Badly, my lord. The flower of French knighthood was slain there. Sigismund fled for his life, and I did too, I must confess.
Be assured we shall not make the same mistake here. We do not intend to starve them into submission, but to break down the gate.
I am at your service, my lords. We will build the trebuchet quickly. It will be ready in a matter of days. And I can supply, for example, Roquetta to sweep the foe from the battlements.
Roquetta? I do not believe I've heard of such a term.
Roquetta are missiles filled with black powder with a touch hole at the bottom to ignite it. They shoot forward, something like a hand cannon, but without rocks. The rocket is
ракету строить.
I see. But we don't have black powder in these parts. Nor cannon.
Indeed. It should have occurred to me. But I am very fond of Roquetta, and I always think what Alexander the Great might have accomplished with them. I understand. We find ourselves in a conventional situation that demands a conventional solution.
I'm still hoping that Toth will see sense and parley with us.
He may well do so, especially when we set up the trebuchet on his doorstep.
Мне нужно еще отнести пиво. Так, погоди. Да, вот сюда. БЦ.
Yeah.
Так, пан Борик. Опять спишь? Вот и засранец. Тебе ничего не нужно больше? А, пиво, точно. Я нашел пиво.
You're a proper treasure, you are.
Дёготь тоже.
Charcoal burners near.
That's handy.
Well, you can stop worrying.
Good. May the Lord watch over you.
Так. Снадобье. Бернардо. Бернард, твою мать! Старик, а? Ладно, подождем, может он сейчас встанет. Ох, как же дома душно, что ли. Ну-ка, батарею потрогаю. Блин, батареи-то горячие, прям жесть. Так, Бернард встал.
God be with you.
Это поможет им не заснуть.
This might help.
It certainly is. I'll have to get all those poured into a keg.
I just want to make sure we...
No more than...
And to see Istvan hang from the highest tower.
I'll drink to that.
Так. Алхимия левелап. И все, финалочка вроде как. Я надеюсь на это. Ибо заебало, честно. Не хочу больше играть. Пропал интерес. Хоп. Так, сейчас будем строить требушет. Сейчас скажет: тащи мне дерево, гвозди там всякие. Что вы скажете о мастере? Берегись паролей. Пуару. А, предупреждение в издании.
If he should send you
Password?
glad I could be of service.
I'm truly grateful to you. And the men will be too. Fine work. You've I probably shouldn't, but go and have a look in my trunk. You might find something.
Thank you.
God be with you.
Сказал, я могу полазить в его сундуке. Наверное, вот это. Сложный. А тут все заперто, в смысле? Ладно. Дождаться... Сколько ждать? Так, мы можем поесть где-нибудь. Вы тут вообще живете? А, вон вижу. Ями. И поспать. Давай в палатке поспим. Он сказал несколько дней. Я считаю, разработчики должны были сделать какую-то специальную функцию, чтобы, допустим, в этот момент я мог автоматически пропустить ровно столько времени, сколько нужно, чтобы построить требушет. И все, чтобы мне не приходилось там отматывать какое-то время самостоятельно. Это же так все делается просто. Что-то мне еще? Дождись так. Требушет должен быть готов уже через несколько дней. Ой, как увлекательно-то, а! Пам-пам. Ох. Так, что там с заклом нормально все? Тихо. Блин, мне, кстати, сегодня смс-ка пришла от МЧС о том, что завтра будет тест сигнальных ракет. То есть ракеты, которые даются, не ракеты, а сигналы, когда объявляется воздушная тревога. Пиздец какой-то вообще. Так. Ну, слушайте, почти. Я думаю, еще один день где-то и все. Вот где-то вот так. Так что завтра буду слушать сигнальную тревогу. Хотя я от Украины живу далеко. Километров 600, наверное, от границы. И на таком расстоянии... Почему это будет тестить? Возможно, это меры и предосторожности, хотя, с другой стороны, для чего? Вроде бы от Украины к нам никто не идет. Вроде, наоборот, мы их к ним идем, а они к нам. Может, это какой-то акт устрашения для нас, для населения. Что типа, вот, хохлы хотят вторгнуться. Хз. Ну, то, что происходит, это лютый пиздец. Так, готово? Какая лестница классная. Ой. Ну шо? Штурмуем? Сколько времени нужно?
How much longer?
I wouldn't like to hazard a guess. As I understand it, the base is quick to make.
I see.
So do I.
Как это строительство?
Much better now that I have Master Keezer to help me.
Next time round, you'll...
I rob.
Короче, пока что еще нет. Еще ждем. Опа, отойдем подальше, мало ли мы мешать будем. Давай до полудня. Это уже какой день? Это, по-моему, уже день 3. Строительство трибушет. Мне кажется, это последний день. Там уже, в принципе, все уже готово. Так.
God bless you.
Как работает?
How's work going?
Excellent. His knowledge of machines.
So you're confident that...
Absolutely.
Все?
God be with you.
Так, с кем надо поговорить? Все? Атака? Чем будем стрелять? Камнями, наверное.
Let's see how strong those walls are.
Дайте мне стрельнуть. хорошо идет. Ой!
That was just the first shot. The trebuchet has to be calibrated. That's perfectly normal. I'll have the range in no time.
Так. Срочное послание. Сигизмунд идет.
Damn it, I have to get to Sir Divish. Sir, they're coming. There's no time.
Someone bring water. Breathe, man. You'll be all right. Who's coming?
А чё он запыханный? Он на лошади же ехал.
There's an army on the way. And they're carrying the colors of Havel Medic of Valdek. And they're very close.
Havel Medic. He's surely not coming to help us.
Not that bastard. I have a score to settle with him.
Сейчас мы, короче, отвоем замок, потом встречаем армию. И надеюсь, все, надеюсь, пожалуйста.
Gentlemen, Toth's reinforcements are about to descend on us.
That swine.
How many men?
We don't know exactly, but there are many. And they will probably be here by dawn.
So soon? How is it that we knew nothing about this before?
The whole land is in chaos. It's a wonder we can find out anything at all.
If they attack from the rear...
We'd be finished. Just as Toth has been planning.
The sneaky weasel.
He's been one step ahead of us the whole time.
Not this time, though.
What are you thinking?
Robard, how do you think the weather will be tomorrow?
Well, sir, if my joints don't deceive me, and they rarely do.
Будет дождь.
It'll rain buckets.
Here. We'll make a stand here, I and Radzig's men. You will wait until they charge us, and then strike them from the rear. Here, and here. If we succeed, we'll have it over and done with before they notice anything in Tamburg.
It might just work. But we'll have to leave someone in the encampments in case they do come out of Talberg.
A few men will be all I need.
Well, that depends on whether you can hold out. We don't even know how many there are.
We will hold out.
I'll give the orders to my men.
We will be ready.
И куда нас
My part in the
пошлют?
battle, sir. I wanted to go with the Skalitz men.
I need more than that from you.
Будем лагерь охранять.
If we can't hold out at the quarry, we're finished. You, I, Hanish, and Radzik. And since Hanish is commanding the flank attack, Radzik is captive and I'm wounded, Captain Robard will be leading on the field.
Of course. Who better?
There's no question Robard's a good commander. But many of the men will be from Skalitz. We need someone there who knows them and has their...
Я пользуюсь уважением людей из Скалица, вы уверены? Я в этом не
I
уверен.
mean you, Henry.
But that is...
Я хочу быть в авангарде. Я не герой. Я хочу быть в авангарде. Элитой хочу быть.
I want to be in the vanguard.
Авангард.
Now hear me well, Henry. There are whole cemeteries full of heroes who rushed into danger. And if the first human you meet runs you, not to mention, that in the battle you and a group of Skalitz men will...
But sir, I think I should...
Quiet! Don't underestimate the task I'm setting you. And then conduct the attack on the rear so fierce if the line should start to break. That's what I like to hear. When you're... They'll be mustering in...
О, человек с холодной головой. Это не про меня. Если ты знал, какой я. Отправляйся на поле боя, когда будет готов. Я уже готов. Поехали. Давай. Эта сраная игра никак не хочет заканчиваться. Лошадка, тихо. Блин, на здоровье потратил, ладно, хер с ним. У меня вроде как регенерация есть. Пассивная. Опа. Это все, вся армия? А, все, беру слова обратно.
Just a little longer. Easy,
Мы должны ударить в бок. Когда у тебя вступит в бой, появимся мы.
easy, easy.
Чтобы вызвать у них страх, панику.
First troops to the bridge. Break through. Vanguard to the left. And the rest come with me. We'll flank the bastard.
At them! Charge! Grind those horsens into the dirt!
Круши! Погоди, где мой щит? Мужики, я с вами! Я не отрегенился. Так, минус один. Да, блин. Вот ты давай. Твоя очередь. Ушел. Да все, харе. Бьют. Так. Что он сказал, сука? Держитесь, мужики. Помочь пану Ганушу. Ну. Это нужны мужики в черном. Вот эти вот. Пан Гануш, я спасу тебя. Не бей! Тихо, сори. Какие-то бои слишком легкие, нереалистичные битвы. Мы его знаем.
Oh, now the pup shows his teeth.
Istvan, you say? Not Sir Istvan? Or Lord Toth? Just how intimate are the two of you?
I know him. He's Eric, Toth's captain and right-hand man.
Finally, some good news. Shackle him and guard him closely.
Those bastards want to destroy our trebuchet.
А че он пешком бежит? У него лошади нет? Так, рыцари, которые остались в замке, пошли в наступление на наш требушет. Конь! На коне! Оступись, мужики! Быстрее, помоги защитить. Все, быстрее, быстрее, так быстрее. Требушет, живи! А кто его охраняет, интересно? Кусты сраные. Да твою мать! Вон людей вижу. Че, мужики? Ты в спину будешь его атаковать, пока я его тут бью? Пиздец. Ушел. Красавчик. Ой, сори. Их всего двое? Они вдвоем решили атаковать. А, все, сори, вижу. Подожди. Живучесть 2 уровня, лол. Последний рывок. Вы переживете удар, ставший бы в других условиях фатальным. А ваше здоровье даже восстановилось на 20%. Угу. Берем. Берсерк. Когда здоровье снизится до минимума, вы обратитесь в берсерка, и ваша выносливость начнет восстанавливаться в 4 раза быстрее. Что ты? Тыка ему! Как меня тут со всех сторон бьют. Выносливость. Хорош! Тихо, выносливость. Иди нахер. По голове ему. О! Хорош. Чё такой дерзкий? Хорош. Бей, мужики, его! Мой! Опять деньги получил. Мы не потеряли ни одного солдата. Не, вот одного потеряли, он его оттаскивал. А так-то все. Что за бред? Такого не бывает. Мы же не смотрим какую-то сказочку. Ну что, все цело?
The damage isn't too serious.
So we can shoot.
Not just yet.
Sir, what are we waiting for?
You've heard his threats, Robard. Do you want him to kill Radzik and my wife? We have to consider all our options.
And it would be a shame to destroy the castle, too. But how do we get that rat out of there?
Sir, I might have a solution. What about exchanging hostages?
Кстати, да, хороший план.
He was the captain at Vranyik, and he brought Istvan's reinforcements here. He seems to be on very intimate terms with Toth. He might be able to tell us something. And he might even be as valuable to his lord as Lady Stephanie and my father are to us.
You're your father's son, by God.
You're a godsend, lad. You're right. We'll interrogate this whore, son, and then decide what to do next. Come to my tent when you've rested.
Опять ждать. Присоединиться к допросу. Идем. Я готов. Дивиш? Блять. Приступим.
Well now, Eric. Fuck, you need to change your tone. If you start being nice, you might just...
Да. Можно использовать красноречие. Кто такой тот?
Who is this top?
He's an orphan.
Вот сирота, как и я.
The Turks killed his parents, so he started killing Turks.
Угу. Какова была цель?
What is he after?
Are you really that clueless?
Где вы познакомились?
How did you meet?
He killed my... What? You could never understand. They were weak.
Какой кретин. Так, сколько человек у него было в замке?
How many men did...
How should I know? There were nearly 70 of us at the beginning, but there's probably not even half left.
На кого работает?
Are you stupid?
Мы обменяем тебя на заложника.
Do you take him for a fool? Do you really think?
You better pray he will, for your own sake. Because once we attack, you'll be worthless.
Все?
I won't waste any more...
I don't need to save myself.
Why should he save you? He'll sacrifice you, just like everyone in France.
You don't know anything. He'll come for me, and any...
Now I'm curious. Why would he...
You'd never understand.
For a while there, I thought we'd get nothing out of him.
I thought you were much too easy on him. But it seems you're approach. Anyway, it's clear that young fellow is no ordinary brigand. And he believes Toth cares about it.
Опять дали денег.
Well, Divish, I think the time has come to find out just how much Toth values our hostage. Do you want to parley with him yourself?
I think I'll leave that to you, Hanish.
So be it. I'll do my utmost. Bring the hostage below the battlements.
Sir Istvan!
What is it? Did our neighbourly visit catch you unprepared?
A little, but we've settled in nicely. And this fellow is enjoying our company so much, we simply can't get rid of him.
Занервничал ублюдок.
It seems we are in similar situations. Perhaps it's time to send our respective guests home.
Not a chance. Do you take me for a fucking fool? Be warned. If anything happens to Eric, I'll let every manjack here have his way with this bitch, and I'll dice Kobila into goulash meat.
Nobly spoken, your grace. But for all I know, you may have done that already.
Divish!
Ну, вроде она цела. Щечки только красненькие. Наверное, ее били по щечкам. Не знаю, правда, чем. Батя! Батя цел.
They're unharmed, as you can see. But don't try any tricks or they won't be for long, Hanush.
Переговоры не вышли.
Seems your lord doesn't place any great value in you, boy.
Go to hell.
I'm sorry. It looks like it's not going to be that easy.
Well, at least we know they're alive. I didn't expect much of it anyway.
He won't harm them as long as we have this fellow.
Well, friends, what do you suggest?
I'd say we have no choice but to attack.
It's a great risk, Robard, with Stephanie and Radzig inside.
I know how you feel, sir, but Toth is no fool. They are his last safeguard. He will do nothing to harm them until he is sure of victory.
Would you be saying that if it were your wife inside?
Or your father?
Well, let me point out that we have no choice anyway. We don't have enough supplies to keep men here for weeks, while gangs of brigands and Sigismund's army roam the countryside. Toth won't agree to an exchange, and even if he did, we'd have to let him go. With all his men, he'd be a thorn in our sides till Judgment Day.
Sir, a message has arrived.
What is it?
Margrave Jobst is approaching with his retinue and wants to speak with you.
Jobst, you say? All right.
What is he doing here?
Who's Jobst?
Jobst of Luxembourg is cousin to King Wenceslaus and Sigismund. He's the Margrave of Moravia.
Only a year ago, he was collaborating with Sigismund and the League of Lords. He betrayed King Wenceslas and his ally Prokop. Now, he's changed sides, appointed himself the leader of the rebellion against Sigismund, and wants to liberate Wenceslas.
Whichever way the wind blows.
Nevertheless, it seems the decision is made for us. We don't want Jobst camping with us in front of our own castle like a band of gypsies.
I'm afraid you're right, Hanish. All right. We'll let the men rest a while and attack. Come to me when everything is ready.
Опять денег дали. Куда нужно идти? Ой, зачем мне зачем мне вот бежать именно в ту точку? Почему нельзя начать штурм отсюда, блядь? Вот разработчики, почему я должен бегать, перемещаться? Какого хуя? Че это он там у пчел бегает? Поехали. Готов служить?
At your service, sir. I'm about to give the order, and since it's mainly thanks to you that we.
Я первый выстрел должен сделать. Да.
To smash my castle?
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean it.
There's nothing to it. All you have to do is.
Well, I suppose I could manage that.
Then we'll bombard. Sir Robard will explain. See you later.
Первый выстрел мой. Опять куда-то бежать? Вы гоните. Вот какая разница, я поговорил с этим паном Дивишем здесь, или я поговорил бы с ним в лагере? Какая была бы разница? Никакой, бля. Ой, блядь, разработчики. Так, как я забыл как-то наверх забраться. Тут вроде была тропинка.
Load the trebuchet.
Че, поехали? Или я могу просто дернуть? Не, дернуть не могу.
I'm glad to see you.
Иштван чуть снова нас не поимел.
That's how it goes in war. But God stood by us.
Well, they're apt to wait till a man nips off into the bushes to relieve himself.
Because you know. Good luck then.
Так. Натягиваем. Так, а снаряд? Он бежит, мужик. А ты подымешь один? Хорош. В этом камне килограмм, наверное, 5, под 70. А то и больше. Там уже стоит снаряд. Так. Второй снаряд. А, все, я могу использовать. Давай. Так, смотрим. Хрен его знает, попал, нет? Куда ты попал? Что дальше? Что теперь?
Sir,
Пан Дивиш?
Sir Divish. Aye. We're going to watch. That's all. For a few days at least. So if you have anything to attend to. Goodbye.
Несколько дней. Да вы... Я не хочу ждать, я хочу битву. Блять, игра. Подожди, пока закончится двухдневный обстрел. 2 дня ждать. Ой, бля. Камней-то у вас хватит? Опять же повторюсь, почему нельзя было сделать опцию просто на какую-то кнопку нажать или поговорить с тем же самым, с этим мужиком и пропустить автоматически столько времени, сколько нужно? Что сложного в этом? Так, прошли первые сутки. Еще одни. Давай поменяем цвет на какой-нибудь зеленый, что мне синий глаза прям режет. О, нормально. Помягче. Все? Полагаю, пора идти на приступ. На какой еще приступ? Нападение идти.
Since Sir Divish's colours still are. Just so. That is all right. When there's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? You won't have another chance.
Я готов.
I'm ready. Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on 2 fronts. The north gate. The attack will be split into different stages. Taking.
Все, поехали.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many. I'll help with the attack. I'm proud of you, Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, and as God is my witness. A village lad and an old soul. Just one last thing, though. No matter, keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. We have to take the castle gradually. I'll remember that. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Опять денег дали. Мы на стены лезем. Хороший выстрел. С Бориком поговорить зачем? Что ты из побочек? Ну же, я хочу штурмовать стены. Немедленно. Окей. Мы примерно разделили армию на... примерно наполовину. А чего вы умираете? Оттуда... Так. Я понял. Я полез. Теплая встреча. Тестовое оружие. Блять, надо было лезть в конце. Ладно. Побегаем от них. Оп, подмога. Оружие достань. Это паром левелап. Дайте мне его, мне его! Так, я за всеми бегу. Все бегут, и я бегу. Ой-ой-ой, тихо, тихо. Бей его! Бей, мужики, его! Курва! Ах ты, дед! Ну тебе... Дышим. Это в спину бьют. Отлично. Заходим сзади. Сюда мы попали. Пойдем поможем вот этим. Ловкость. Блин, в такой толкучке хрен попадешь. Пойдем в других ребят. Репутация апнулась. Почему? За то, что мы штурманули хорошо? Так, где наши заложники? Они живы? Заперся в башне с заложниками.
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanash.
Istvan! It's over!
Не совсем все кончено.
You want us to come and get you? I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzik? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here. All bound by honor. I give you my word
Так он и
as
поверил.
Lord and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me.
Батя, нет.
Out of the question. Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain...
Я не был бы так уверен.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor!
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then, you'll get a taste of my mace.
Откроем балкончик.
Great our word of honor. We have none.
Немного воздуха. Это что-то потненько как-то.
Never fear. Your father will be all right. We'll hunt down those vermin yet. Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish!
Stephanie.
Forgive me, husband. I'm sorry.
For what?
For letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
Так.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to.
Что-то меня дразнит-то.
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Чё меня дразнит-то? Скотина такая.
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz.
Скалится едет.
Mount up, Henry.
You've heard what he'll do if we follow them.
We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
О! Уже 2 часа мы захватывали замок. 2 часа. Я думал, мы тут быстренько, это полчасика и все. Ой, блядь.
What shall I say to him?
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Просто скакать рядом по дороге, да? Блин, это будет очень долгий путь, если мы будем скакать чисто по дороге. Пара-па-пам. Ты можешь быстрей? Пожалуйста.
He's a noble, right?
Yes. So am I.
So Radzig will be there.
Yeah. The way you found Tom, sneaking into Brannick all on your own. Well, what I mean is, hats off to you, Hal. Wouldn't catch me doing that.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to.
Галопом, давай, едем. Чё так медленно?
What will you do now?
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Rattay and its people. Something really big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later. This is quite a turnaround, isn't it?
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Something like that.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around Rattay and you were digging turnips. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith. Not a...
Я так понял, эта поездка сделана для того, чтобы мы по дороге туда поболтали о том, какие были приключения до этого. Ох, блин, как интересно.
There's no sign of them. Move on.
Этот подход прям как в сериалах, когда уже режиссеры и не знают, что им показывать, они показывают нарезку с старых серий.
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too, and now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer.
Разговор с батей по душам.
Let's go!
All right, Father.
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
Скалится.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
and catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
Какая нафиг честь?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
Where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing? Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures.
Наш батя был на войне.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him.
Меч.
Your sword.
Ah. The sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there it was so near, yet so far. Oh well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over.
Смысле не закончено?
Welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Mark Vart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside.
Но он говорит, что не стоит жить вместе.
Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
Так, вдвоем на лошадке. Она потянет, надеюсь?
It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if they were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
Половцы, не?
I think I know. It's
А, это Йост.
Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
А мы куда едем? В Тальберг, наверное, едем обратно. Все? Я так рад! Но мы не убили того дядьку, который был нашу мать. А у нас же квест есть на него. Я пропущу титры.
doing well, son. Father. Come now. You know whose side you. That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Emma. I miss you very much. You'll be fine. We're proud of you. For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away. Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing. You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me. Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Нет, батя.
Oh, please. You know I can't stay. Will I ever see you again? God knows. Make her proud. Don't go.
Мы спим?
Oh, don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzik wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Yobst.
Right. I'll go straight away. What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Так, это не конец? Эпилог. А месть? Это, походу, не конец, слышите? Ну куда нужно, наверное, верхнюю часть замка? Да, верхний замок.
Hal, are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Radzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed. But to surrender it means giving up great privileges, too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergov, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergov is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Bergov, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one.
О, эти игры подковерные.
There's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Bergov know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, Your Grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Bergov at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Bergov would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Gutenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I pack my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Сейчас в путь. Так, что там? Пишем письмо. Поговорить с батей.
So, it looks like...
Yes.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the...
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is 3 days' ride from here.
Это все.
That's about all.
Very well.
Я не хочу спрашивать всю эту историю. Мне это настолько поебать. Настолько. Что просто пиздец. Ждем письмо, да?
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, There is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Хотя бы умылся бы.
Remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me?
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Эта игра бесконечная. Поздравляем, мы завершили основной сюжет. Вы все еще можете выполнять сторонние задания или просто путешествовать по миру. А чтобы завершить игру, присоединитесь к отряду пана Яна Птачка и ускочите с ним за пределы карты. За горизонт. Поехали. За горизонт.
Good gracious, it's... Are you wishing you'd stayed home?
You must be joking.
Really? Despite being wounded?
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep.
Oh, all right.
Nonsense.
Anything for you.
Good luck then.
Мы едем, нет?
Look out! Ugh.
Мне бы помыться бы, конечно, но ладно. Ага, все надо потрещать.
So, can we set off?
Да?
Of course.
So, to horse.
Пробка. Лошадиная авария. Что с тобой? Вроде как мы едем за пределы карты.
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodzik? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord. What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggars belief. Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop
Происшествие?
hadn't crossed him, none
Неинтересно.
of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lambert, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Yost.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel. And have
Можешь
you
как-то
heard
ускориться?
anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
Мы, по-моему, сейчас приезжаем в Нойхойв.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back in their old tricks.
Почему мы не можем ехать быстрее? Это ж так просто. Ладно, видимо, мы вот сюда скачем. Вот сюда вот. Еще где-то минуты 3. Скакать. Что, все, у тебя закончились разговорчики? Не верю. Пес, не путайся под ногами у лошади. Что-то он обижает. Ну, наконец-то! Зачем был такой длинный путь? Зачем? Поговорить. Видимо, когда он доберется в лагерь. Меч Святого Георгия. Готов.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that whoreson who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
И ушли за горизонт. Точно конец? Можно пропустить, а мне интересно, как долго будет заставка висеть? Все? Меня выкинуло в меню. Ну-ка, а где сохранение последнее? А. Ну все. Только я не понял, как вот найти Маркварта? Занятие мне не интересно. Маркварта. А ну-ка, давай-ка еще разок. Давай, давай. Топай. Как в этой игре все размеренно, все медленно. Конечно. ролик пропустим. Да, нас выкидывают в меню. Все? Тогда мы заканчиваем. Наконец-то. Эта игра, блин, под конец она мне просто душит. Ну, в целом игра прикольная. По сюжетной линии. Хотя она простая. То, что тут нет уровней сложности, это, конечно, минус. Хотя, с другой стороны, эта игра повествовательная, скажем так. Тут именно рассказывают историю. Сложность тут и не важна. Но все равно играть скучно, когда ты весь уже перекачанный, в крутых доспехах, у тебя крутые атрибуты силы и прочего. Скучно. Когда у тебя денег просто тьма, тоже скучно. Под конец игры реально играть просто никакого интереса. Все. Надо идти отдыхать. Завтра во что-нибудь другое поиграем. Что-нибудь, не знаю, в стратежку какую-нибудь. Все. Спокойной ночи. И до новых встреч. Пока.